New Hampshire National Speedway is the location for stop number 26 on the Castrol GTX Cup Series, as we are 25 races in the books, and 9 more are left to go as we're set for 45 laps of action here in a Slick 50 300 as we're set for racing here today. And yes, boys and girls, yep, New Hampshire is back on the schedule after about a couple seasons off from the schedule. So glad to have this track back on the schedule. One of the 2 straight 1 mile tracks we'll be going to on this tour here as we go here, and then Dover will be next on the schedule after that. So that all set here, let's get the starting line for today's running event. On the pole, a pair of Chevrolets here back, the Dale Earnhardt car of Cole Deaver and the Dale Earnhardt Inc. car, I should say, or actually driven by Steve Park back in the day. It's Trent Dunham alongside. Both those drivers have won 2 races this season. Deaver, the pole sitter, has won at North Wilkesboro and Bristol this season, the first Bristol race, while Dunham won the first Darlington race and also won at Texas this season. Row 2 will have Seth Cole in the RCA Ford, car number 98, winner at Martinsville this season, and Joshua Coward in number 43, the STP Pontiac. Third row will have Preston Plord, 4-time winner this season, moved up to 4th in the points chase after a race at Richmond. And he'll be alongside number 75. It is Jesse Turner in Remington Arms Ford. Row 4 will have Joshua Osborne, number 87, who had a rough day at Richmond. He won the season at Charlotte at 600, but had a very rugged day at Richmond in the Burger King Chevrolet. He'll be alongside Levi McIntyre, who also had a rugged day at Richmond. Actually was running second before he got taken out in turn number 3. His car is the SKF Ford, car number 99. Row 5 will have Becca Tellier in the Valvoline Ford, car number 6, who won that race at Richmond, by the way. She'll be alongside Johnny Gardner, Channel Prime Star Ford, car number 16. Next row down is the Dillons. Young in number 2 and Poteet in number 22. Young's in a Ford and Poteet is in a Pontiac. Next row down, we'll have Jessica Shelton, a 3-time winner this season in the McDonald's Ford, car number 94. Her wins came at Dover, Michigan, and Watkins Glen. She'll be flanked by Jonathan Zorlin, number 7, the XI Barriers Ford. Next row down has the Hendrick teammates, Phil Parker, number 5, and number 25, Ben Crouch. Parker's win this season came in the Brickyard 400 at Indianapolis. Next row down is William Brocken, number 4, the Kodak Film Chevrolet, and Quentin Moore, the Daytona 500 champion in the Sitco Ford, car number 21. Next row down has the championship leader, Kyle Matthews, number 42, the Coors Light Silver Bullet, who won the season at Rockingham and Sonoma. He'll be flanked by the second Michigan winner. It's Zachary Fitzwater, number 9, the Spam Melling Ford. Next row down is Ryan George, number 15, the Quality Care Services Ford, and beside him will be number 23, Paul Minnick in the Winston No Bull Ford. Next row down has number 30, Daniel Bouchard in the Pennzoil Pontiac, and number 90, Jay Jefferson in the Heilig Myers Ford. Next row down is Zach Winkle driving a Taurus at this event, number 97, the John Deere Ford, who won at Talladega. And 2-time winner Keith Batson, the Texaco Haviland Ford, car number 28. His wins came at Riverside and the night race at Bristol. Next row down has Keith's wife, Kat Batson, number 88, the Quality Care Services Ford Credit Ford. And number 80 and number 11 is Ashlyn Boyd in the Lowe's Ford. Next row down has Tony Green in the Skull Bandit Chevrolet car 33, and number 37, Austin Colano in the Kmart RC Cola Energizer Ford. Next row down is Charles Sanford, 3rd in the points coming into this event in the DuPont Chevrolet car number 24. He has to come from way back in this event. And he'll be alongside 2-time winner Mike Becker. His wins came at Atlanta and Pocono. Next row down has Diego Yepes in the 77 Jasper Engines US Air Ford. And beside him will be number 71, Carter Friesen, the Olive Garden Chevrolet. Next row down is Nicholas Way in the Quaker State Ford, car number 26, who won the Pepsi 400 at Daytona this season. And number 10, Vince Almerigo in the Tide Ford, car number 10. Now, Almerigo had come up with a pretty good run in the last couple races as well himself. Next one down is Ryan Brommer, number 17, Western Auto Ford, and number 12, Mobile One Ford of Rob Evans. Next one down has Jason Haywood, number 81, the Square D Ford, and number 13, the First Plus Loans Ford of Sean Ard. And Peter Onjack at number 41, the Kodiak Chevrolet, starts shotgun in the field. Here comes the command to fire the engines here at New Hampshire.
Gentlemen, start your engine!
That's ladies and gentlemen, start your engines, you mean. Check and see who check and see if anybody gets off the pit road cleanly here. And in fact, all the cars will. So we are 25 races in the books, 9 races are left to go, and the races that are left on the schedule, well, counting this one here at New Hampshire, will be one of them, along with the next race on the tour. After that will be at Dover. The next after that will be at Charlotte in the Millie 500, the last night race on the season. Then it will be at Talladega for the Die Hard 500. Then after that will be 2 straight short track races, Martinsville and North Wilkesboro. And then the final 3 will be at Rockingham, Phoenix, and Homestead. That's still remainder of the schedule for season 20 of the Castrol GTX Cup Series, as the quest for the championship here continues on here at the Granite State. 1.058 miles the distance of this racetrack here. Can be a troubled track as well, as it was last race in the Tour at Richmond. Green flag is out, and we are underway at New Hampshire. Cole Deaver, who has been gaining points on Kyle Matthews coming into this the last 2 races, is out in front though, and he has chopped a little bit on Matthews' points lead, as a matter of fact, and of course Deaver does stay in a good position because he starts pole and Matthews starts 19th at this event. Deaver leads the first lap. Dunham second position. Of the 2 D's in the first and second positions. Seth Cole, who has one of our in-car cameras in today's event, runs 3rd position. Then so does Preston Plord, and so does Levi McIntyre. All 3 of them have our in-car cameras in today's event. And for Preston Plord, this is his home track as well here at New Hampshire. Even though he is actually from Connecticut, but this is one of his home tracks on the circuit, and would love to get his 5th victory of the season on this racetrack as well. In fact, Plord's been one of the guys to watch all season long. He leads everybody with 4 wins on the season, and in fact is 4th in the points right now, behind Sanford, Deaver, and the leader, Kyle Matthews. He had just taken 4th away from Jessica Shelton, by the way, in the points. Shelton, by the way, runs 5th in the standings coming into this event as well. That's the top 5. So it appears it could be a championship battle between those top 5 drivers in the points as the season rounds the far turn, kind of heads for home. On board, Preston Plord's car in 5th position, and up ahead, there you see him, that's Seth Cole, riding behind Joshua Collard at the moment. Collard's been on a tear as of late in that number 43 STP Richard Petty colors, as he wins in 3rd position. The man from the jelly old UK is where he's from. And for Seth Cole, this could be kind of considered as one of his home tracks as well, as he is from the state of New York. But in his home track actually could be Watkins Glen, but New Hampshire, he's actually kind of nearby that track as well to some extent. Running battle for 6th position going on between Jesse Turner and Joshua Osborne as they come down the backstretch. Turner's in 6th, Osborne 7th. Becca Tellier, who won the last time we were out at Richmond, runs in 8th place right now, and Tellier's victory, by the way, moved her 10th in the standings in the Martin colors. She dominated that last time at Richmond, by the way, in that car. And, of course, that's the 3rd win, by the way, for the KAB Enterprises team, which it's just her and Keith Batson that are the 2 winners this season. Keith, by the way, himself has won twice this season so far. Levi McIntyre has yet to win a race this season. Unfortunately, that 99 machine had kind of had a shot at it at Richmond, moving up to 2nd place in the race up until he got taken out about in the middle of the event. He runs 9th at the moment in number 99. Dylan Young's in 10th. Another Dylan, Poteet, runs in 11th. Johnny Gardner in 12th. 13th is Phil Parker. And a gaggle for 14th position between Fitzwater and Shelton. Fitzwater runs in 14th. Shelton 15th. 16th right now is Kyle Matthews, and 17th is Jonathan Zorlin. So Matthews has made up a little bit of ground, but really not much. And of course, I'm sure Matthews right now probably wondering Matthews, I'm sure right now wondering where Deaver's at the moment, which unfortunately for him, Deaver's still leading the race right now. But Matthews kind of has had enough of people knocking off his points lead a bit in the last few races on the season. Zorlin right now tries to go inside. Matthews cannot shake off that 7 car as we watch William Brock in the 4 car battle with Quentin Moore in 21, Ben Crouch in 25, the Budweiser machine. That's 18th, 19th, and 20th as Quentin Moore takes 18th away from William Brockes. The yellow flag apparently has flown for the first time today, and it sure has. And it appears as Ashlyn Boyd in the 11 car has crashed, and so has Sean Arden, 13. Apparently he's got some sort of a problem with the First Plus Loans Ford. You see a little bit of a hood buckle on the number 11 Lowe's Ford. And turn 4 onto the front stretch actually seems to be a bit of a problem spot as well. As you see, Nicholas Wade and Ryan Brommer bounce off each other, the 26 and the 17 cars. Ashlyn gets tapped by the 26 car and bounces off the front end of the 17 as well. And around he goes. Where he stops, nobody knows. I don't know. But a little bit of damage to the Lowe's Owens cornering machine. Backs it into the wall just a little bit. And doesn't look like there's much damage to the 11 machine, but nonetheless, it's no harm, no foul for Ashlyn Boyd as he is now caught back up to the tail end of the field. So no harm, no foul on the first caution flag of the day. The lead right now still being held by Cole Deaver in the number 3 GM Goodwrench Chevrolet. Continuing his quest to gun down Kyle Matthews in the points chase. He's in second place coming in this event. Trent Dunham is in second position. Third is Joshua Collard. Fourth is Seth Cole. Fifth is Preston Plord. Then Jesse Turner, Joshua Osborne, Becca Tellier, Levi McIntyre, and Dylan Young, the top 10. It's Poteet, Gardner, Parker, Fitzwater, and Shelton, the top 15 of this event. Kyle Matthews right now runs in 16th position at the moment. Field getting ready for green flag here, and boy, Trent Dunham was ready on that start. Here he comes to the inside of Cole Deaver. And oh, Collard! Here comes Collard! Dunham apparently didn't get going compared to Collard, and Collard now moves up to second place now. Dunham fights back on the outside of the track. And Collard's going to bring his buddy Seth Cole with him in the 98 car. Cole Deaver, meanwhile, saying, I'm loving this their battle back there, guys. I'm going to take off and possibly win this thing here at New Hampshire. But I got quite a bit to go, though. 13 in the books and 32 left to go here at New Hampshire International Speedway. Collard runs in second position. Now another Pontiac. Preston Plord looks to fight his way through the field now in the 18 machine. On board Preston Plord's car in the Interstate Batteries Wicks Filter Chevrolet. Or Interstate Batteries Wicks Filters Pontiac, excuse me. I made a few bloopers as far as manufacturers is concerned this season. And Preston Plord gets blocked by the 798 of Seth Cole. He moves inside of his buddy Trent Dunham. Dunham doing a very good job hanging on the outside lane, though, where hardly anybody else can. But meantime, Plord gets moved up the track there. Who is that moved him up the track? Might have been a 75 of Jesse Turner, and it is a 75 of Jesse Turner, who tries to look for position. Look for the rear bumper cam on Preston Plord. You see Becca Tellier, Levi McIntyre, Joshua Osborne, that bunch of cars back there. And we have got a race right now for that position there. There's Osborne and McIntyre side by side. Osborne from Kentucky, McIntyre from Southern Ohio. Battling back there, Johnny Gardner now meanwhile, getting by both the Dylans, Young and Poteet. Dylans linked together in a bit of a draft here. You actually don't see you're drafting at New Hampshire, but Fitzwater's in his mix, and look at Kyle Matthews making a move now as he gets by Jessica Shelton. That's, I think, 14th in the field that he's taken over. Nope, that's 15th, excuse me. Shelton gets back to the inside lane as her and Matthews now try to work their way up to the front. And remember, it was Shelton who put on a tremendous charge at Richmond, moved up from 40th to 6th in that race. And I tell you, that shows the driving ability that lady has there the lady from South Carolina has. Matthews now, meantime, trying to get by Fitzwater, but he moves up the track now, and it's easily done here at New Hampshire, as we've seen so many times, especially with Trent Dunham. Back to the leaders. It is still Cole Deaver, Collard, Dunham, and Seth Cole, the top four. That's broken away from fifth place Preston Plord. Front bumper cam from Seth Cole's car, looking right at the Pennzoil car of Trent Dunham. Situation like this, when the car gets up in the back bumper, you kind of hope that he kind of wonder if he has a sign on there that says, "If you can reach it, you're too darn close." But right now, Seth is closing up on the back bumper of Dunham's car. Dunham gets a good bite off the fourth turn right now, as we continue to ride the front bumper of Seth Cole's car. Seth right now runs in fourth position at the moment. The man who won the season at Martinsville. Check the rest of the field for you at the moment here. There's Osborne, Gardner, and Fitzwater. They're linked up a little bit. Osborne trying to get by Becca Tellier. That is, I think, the 8th position he's trying to get by. And almost halfway home. There are 21 in the books and 23 left to go, or 24 left to go. Excuse me. Gardner gets by Dylan Young. Now Fitzwater is still trying to shake off Phil Parker, as now Dylan Poteet goes inside of that 9 machine. Shelton and Matthews are back at it again. The 94 and the 42 cars. Zorlin running in 17th position. 18th is Quentin Moore. 19th is Keith Batson. And 20th right now is William Brock. And you remember William Brock got up as far as second place in the standings himself, but that's kind of tailed off a little bit in the number 4 Kodak machine. There's some good racing here at New Hampshire, and this is not like real time, where it's just a Boarfest track. And we're past halfway home. 23 in the books and 22 left to go. Here at New Hampshire National Speedway, there's Kyle Matthews up in 15th position right now. Rest of the finishing order, or running order, I should say. Brandon Crouch is 21st. 22nd is Jay Jefferson. 23rd is Ryan George. Charles Sanford matching his car number in 24th. He is going to, if he stands to lose some points now on Kyle Matthews and Cole Deaver in his quest to try to gun those two down. Sanford finished second at Richmond, the last race on the tour. I think that was his third or fourth second place finish he's had. Still hoping to break through and get that win. Wants to win this race, though, he better turn on those flame boosters in that 24 car and zoom his way up to the front, though. But New Hampshire is a very tough track to try to pass on, as we're seeing right now, as evidenced by Paul Minnick trying to get around the 24 car as well. Dana Bouchard runs in 26th position. 27th is Kat Batson. Tony Green's 28th. 29th is Zach Winkle. 30th is Austin Colano. Then it's Nicholas Wade, Diego Yepes, Jason Haywood, Mike Becker trying to hook up with Rob Evans in the 12 cars. They get by Ryan Brommer in 17. Carter Friesen, who's in a hot battle for Rookie of the Year with Nicholas Wade in the Rookie of the Year standings. Friesen, I think, is the leader of the rookie points, as a matter of fact, in the 71 car. Not having a good day right now. He's in 37th position. Peter Onchek, 38th. 39th, Vince Almerigo. 40th is Sean Hart. And 41st is Ashlyn Boyd with a little bit of damage to the car. Back to the leaders, as we are now back to the leader, Cole Deaver, looking for his third victory of the season, with Joshua Collard up on his back bumper in number 43 machine. And Preston Plord and Levi McIntyre both made their way up to the front 4 cars here, as Plord runs in 5th position. McIntyre right now runs in 6th place in the number 99 machine. McIntyre trying to make up some points that he lost at Richmond. Down the back stretch he goes, and in turn number 3, giving it right down that white line right there in that lane. It's kind of marked a little bit. "15 laps to go here at New Hampshire. The front 6 cars separated by just a little over a second. And I think we may possibly add a 7th car in this line of cars. Jesse Turner is closing up on the back of McIntyre's machine, so we may have a 7-car line about to develop here in the late stages of this race. Becca Tellier in 8th position still. Osborne's in 9th, and Johnny Gardner runs in 10th position. And it's Young in 11th. 12th is Fitzwater. 13th is Poteet. 14th is Parker. 15th is Matthews. 16th is Shelton. 17th is Zorlin. And it's Moore, Batson, and Brock, the top 20. Battle about to develop for the 13th position. That's Poteet and Parker going at it. Poteet, one of the veterans in this field. Parker, one of the kind of the young guns in this field. Off the 4th turn, Preston Plord trying to make a move to the inside of Seth Cole. And now McIntyre moves to the outside of the racetrack here. McIntyre better get himself back inside the inside lane before Jesse Turner goes inside and passes him. Meantime, this battling has let Cole Deaver kind of pull away just a little bit now. Collard trying to close up a little bit as we're closing up on 10 laps to go here at New Hampshire. Cole Deaver, car number 3 out in front, the GM Goodrich Chevrolet. 2nd position, Joshua Carr, the STP Pontiac, car number 43. 2 of the most iconic numbers in NASCAR, battling it out for the win, the 3 and the 43. One caution flag as I slow this race down here as we average speed after 36 laps as they come across the start-finish line. The average right now just a little under 113 miles an hour. Actually, we're at 113. Actually, average is now at 113, 113.307 after 36 laps. We are down to 9 laps to go. The fastest lap of the race is being held by Johnny Gardner at almost 132 miles per hour. And Cole Deaver has only the 13th fastest lap at just 131.3, but yet he's leading this race. Eight laps to go. Does Collard have anything for Cole Deaver? Does any of the 2nd through 5 have anything for Deaver in that number 3 car? Nobody's had for the moment. One time it looked like Trent Dunham may have a shot at him at passing him for the win, or for the lead, I should say, on the restart, but Collard spoiled that for him in the first turn by passing him. And that kind of left the door open for Deaver to scoot ahead. But the man from the state of Georgia has been piling up points on Kyle Matthews. They're more as they're gaining more and more ground on the 42 car here. And Collard got up in the back bumper. He might have had a look at Deaver's car. But Deaver's looking to gain some more points on Matthews right now after this race, as Matthews right now currently runs in 15th position still. You like to gain a couple more spots, possibly to keep him losing any more points, but rates going right now, Deaver's going to get another big points harvest after New Hampshire. And for Cole Deaver, the best day of his life he ever said in the NR community was winning the Truck Series Championship a couple seasons back with that very same paint scheme, the Dale Earnhardt GM Goodwrench colors. And after he won at Homestead that very day, and he said it was probably the best day he ever had in his life. And of course, Deaver, of course, a big Dale Earnhardt fan, obviously, and as well as a Dale Earnhardt Jr. fan as well too. And Deaver is possibly 4 laps away from pulling it off here in New Hampshire, but Joshua Collard is trying to give it shot after shot in that 43 car. Deaver out in front. Collard took a look to the inside in turn 3. No dice there as they come off turn number 4. 3 laps to go. Collard takes a look again to the inside as they come off turn number 2. 2 of the most iconic numbers of NASCAR battling it out for the win. The Dale Earnhardt number 3, the Richard Petty number 43. Chevrolet versus Pontiac. Then you got Chevrolet in 3rd, Ford in 4th, Pontiac in 5th. Then you got Ford's 6th and 7th, 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th, and a Chevrolet in 10th. It'll be the white flag this time by. Collard's been very good off to that 3rd and 4th turns here. Let's see if he closes anything on Deaver as they come off the 4th turn here. Same interval looks like I'm off the 4th turn. The white flag is out for Cole Deaver in the Slick 50 300 at New Hampshire. He started this race from the pole position and is on the verge of possibly pulling off the Jeff Burton leading every lap from the pole. Well, actually, Burton didn't win the pole that day at New Hampshire, but anyway. But they're the 3rd and 4th turns they come. Collard gives it one more shot. It's going to fall short. And he adding on to his wins at Bristol and North Wilkesboro. Cole Deaver wins at New Hampshire. The Slick 50 300 goes to the GM Goodwrench team as Cole Deaver dominates the event. And oh, what a points harvest he's going to get on Kyle Matthews in the quest for the championship. Joshua Collard with a great performance finishes in 2nd, 3rd to Trent Dunham, 4th will go to Seth Cole, and 5th position will go to Preston Plord. A great day for Preston in front of his his home track. Levi McIntyre finishes in 6th position. Great recovery from Richmond. Jesse Turner 7th. 8th will go to Becca Tellier. 9th to Johnny Gardner. And 10th position will go to Joshua Osborne. Average speed 116.238. 1 caution flag slowed this race down here in New Hampshire. So 26 races are in the books and 8 races are left to go on the season. Going to be a great battle for the championship. I can kind of just feel it right now. We gave you the top 10 already. Zachary Fitzwater comes up in 11th position. 12th will go to Phil Parker. 13th to... Actually, 12th position will go to Dylan Young. 13th to Phil Parker. 14th to Dylan Poteet. Kyle Matthews finishes in 15th after starting 19th in the event. Then it's Jonathan Sorlin 16th. Jessica Shelton 17th. 18th to Quentin Moore. 19th to Keith Batson. 20th to William Brock. Charles Sanford moved up to 21st position, but still loses a lot of points to Deaver and Matthews. So, and in fact, I think he's about close to losing some points to both Preston Port and Jessica Shelton, both as well. Jay Jefferson, 22nd. 23rd will go to Ben Crouch. Then Paul Minnick, Ryan George, Daniel Bouchard, Kat Batson, and Tony Green, the top 28. Then 29th will go to Zach Winkle. Top 30 is rounded out by Nicholas Wade. Then going 31st will be Austin Colano, Rob Evans, Jason Haywood, Ryan Brommer, Mike Becker, Carter Friesen, Peter Onjak, Sean Ard, Vince Almerigo, and Ashlyn Boyd was the last finisher of the race. Diego Yepes will finish last because of a piston problem, but for all intents and purposes, really an engine failure on the number 77 Jasper Engines Federal Mogul Ford. But from the pole to the podium, and the dominator today is Cole Deaver in the GM Goodwrench Chevrolet car number 3 as he starts from the pole, leads every lap, gets another big points harvest in his quest toward a championship as he wins here at the Slick 5300 at New Hampshire. And that's the story from this event here. Dover's next stop on the tour for the running of the Tax Slayer 400. If you like what you see here, make sure to subscribe to the Inner Sports Gaming channel. We got everything on the channel. We got Inner gaming videos. Whenever the president of the NNSCRA and fourth place finisher today, Seth Cole desires for his channel. And please be sure to check out Seth's Coors Light Truck Series, the Last of Us Light Series, the Pizza Hut X Series, and the Hershey's Cup Series. Please be sure to check those races out. And also be sure to check out Michael Norman's Budweiser All Pro Series, and also check out the NNSCRA Marvel Studios Cup Series from Thrashmania 99 on his channel, by the way. And if you're wondering about the Budweiser All Pro Series, well, it's also on this channel as well here in the NNSCRA Sports and Gaming channel. So some of the best indoor races are under the series are under the NNSCRA umbrella, and I guarantee you their races are a whole heck of a lot better when I have to offer neither too. So anyway, that's it for New Hampshire. Congratulations again to Cole Deaver, the winner of the Slick 5300. We'll see you at Dover, and for now, this is James Qualls in the production of the NNSCRA, offline racing at its best.